Coming up on Bobcat News.
We'll take you to New York City to talk with a reporter who's covering the COVID-19 story.
And we'll find ways to beat boredom under quarantine.
Your Bobcat News starts now.
Good morning, Bobcats. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2020. I'm Dylan Seigel.
And I'm Isabel Gandika.
We made it through week 2 of distance learning.
Hopefully you've gotten a routine of checking Canvas and keeping up with your assignments.
COVID-19 is definitely the biggest story all over the country right now. The New York City area is the hardest hit area. We spoke with NJ Burkett, a reporter with WABC Eyewitness News in New York. We wanted to find out what it's like to cover such a huge event. Owen Kingery has the story.
Now, New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Museums, Broadway shows, theme parks, schools, and sporting events, all victims tonight of the coronavirus pandemic, and the list keeps growing.
NJ Burkett is a reporter for WABC Eyewitness News. Every day, he is covering the biggest story in one of the most effective parts of the world, the coronavirus.
Work has become a very surreal experience. It's difficult for me, it's especially difficult for me to cover the story because I am not just reporting on what people are going through, I'm going through what they're going through. And it's not like, let's say, covering a fire in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, where you come there and you see the awful tragedy, the awful tragic results of the fire, and how people have suffered and what they've lost, and maybe their relatives are injured or, God forbid, killed, and you have a certain amount of pain for people in seeing the situation that they're in, but it doesn't affect you in a direct way because you go home to your family and your family is fine.
We rotate around with a different cameraman. It's never the same person all the time, except the coronavirus story is different, where the station has seen fit to keep the reporters and photographers together to limit the risk of transmission of coronavirus should either of us get it.
I left the coronavirus story after doing the 6 o'clock lead, and now I'm on my way home, but I haven't really left the story. The story is still here. The story is all around me. The story is home when I get home. So I come to work, right? This is my personal hand sanitizer thing. And anytime I touch anything, I sanitize my hands.
We're being extremely careful not to get sick.
Like Mr. Burkett, coronavirus is affecting everyone. Just remember, stay safe and stay home. This is Owen Kingery for Bobcat News.
Thanks, Owen. In order to stop the spread of COVID-19, the state of Florida has been put under a stay-at-home order. Now, students have gotten used to spending the day at home.
Stay-at-home orders aren't just happening here in Florida. They're taking place all over the country. We spoke with students from Chivas Kamakahili Middle School in Hawaii to see what life looks like for them. Is it different? Is it the same? How do they fight boredom?
Aloha, this is Aaliyah from Chivas Kamakahili Middle School in Hawaii. And how I combat boredom, I do my chores, I do my homework, and if I'm very, very bored, I will read a book and try to really go in depth of what I'm reading so that I don't have to think about this virus and my quarantine life. And I also try to do things that I love, like dancing and making videos, and I also try to put them together, like making videos of me dancing. And I also try to work out sometimes because it's always good to stay healthy and fit. And another thing that I do is I hang out with my family that is inside of the house, and I try to hang out with them and have family time with them because I know that at this time it's a very hard time for others. Yeah. Aloha!
Aloha! My name is Janine and I'm from Chivas Kamakahili Middle School in Hawaii. Today I'm going to share with you on 2 ways on how I combat boredom. I pick up my guitar and ukulele and I start strumming to different chords and melodies and learn new songs. It's a great way to uplift my spirit. I also look at old baby photos and it brings me great joy to see them. Thank you for listening. Aloha.
Thank you to our friends from Hawaii. It's been a couple of weeks of quarantine, and sometimes it feels like you're talking to yourself, but maybe you're the best source to solving boredom. Natalie Misek has some thoughts.
Oh, I'm so bored. Well, then why don't you do something about it? What? Oh great, now I'm hallucinating. In conventional usage, boredom is an emotional and sometimes psychological state experienced when someone is left with nothing to do or not interested in their surroundings. You just gotta find something you're interested in, or at least something to do. Well, what if you don't know what to do? That's what I'm here for, and you're overcoming your boredom already. What? How? Well, we are having a conversation, aren't we? There are so many things to do when you're bored. You can read a book, solve a Rubik's Cube, write a book, draw a picture, cook, wash the dishes, feed the dog, do the laundry, vacuum. Okay, now this is just doing chores. Okay, fine. How about meditation? Huh? Just close your eyes and relax. Where are we going? Oh, it's just another thing to keep you from getting bored. But why are we outside? Well, at least now I know how not to be bored.
Before we close out this morning, we want to take a moment to celebrate a big win for Bobcat News. This week, Bobcat News won a National Film Excellence Award from Student Television Network for the film Arachnophobia. Awards were announced after the national conference had to be canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. But we could still celebrate a huge win for Bobcat News against some really tough competition.
Thanks for joining us, Bobcats, and remember, keep up with your classes on Canvas and stay safe.
We'll see you next time on Bobcat News. Have a great day.
Follow Bobcat News on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to find out everything that happens off the air with Bobcat News. Bobcat News is a presentation of Bridgewater Productions at Bridgewater Middle School in Winter Garden, Florida.